Half-time at Perry Park, where the score is Brisbane Roar 0, Melbourne City 1, and a bumper weekend of Ninja A-League action gets started at Marconi Stadium with the Sydney Derby. To give you a preview, former Sydney FC champion Teresa Polias and your host, Narlene Masto.
Ninja A-League football kicks off at Marconi Stadium for the first time this season as Western Sydney Wanderers will take on Sydney FC. Teresa, it's the big one, the Sydney Derby. We always look forward to this match. Before the Wanderers, they looked a little bit vulnerable when playing out from the back against Perth. So how should they approach this one against Sydney?
Look, a massive match coming up, and the Wanderers need to learn from their mistakes. They need to ensure that they move the ball quickly, and I think they need to persist with playing out because it builds good habits for the future, and the only way to learn and improve is to play under pressure.
Now, we also heard during the week that the Wanderers have appointed Jeff Abrahams as their head coach. So they have some predictability in terms of what their future is going to look like. Do you think the next step for the Wanderers is to perhaps bring in more experienced players to support some of the youngsters?
Yeah, Jeff's done really well, and the players have responded very positively to the way he runs the ship, and it's going to be a massive task for him to reinforce the squad, but they need to continue this momentum. He absolutely needs to add some experience to the squad to complement the likes of Talia Yunus, Amy Chisari, Bronte True, and the whole squad are really young.
And T, when we talk about the Sky Blues, I feel like you wrote them off a little bit earlier on. Well, they're making a comeback, and it was Indiana Dos Santos who sparked that winning goal for Mackenzie Hawkesby. What have you made of their link-up play this season?
Yeah, ever since I scratched them off, they're doing really well. I should have scratched them earlier, but look at so I'd love to see both players linking up more centrally. I'd love to see Mackenzie Hawkesby, possibly in the midfield as well, alongside Indy, as Indy as the 10 and Mackenzie staying as the 9.
Well, we also saw Maka kind of drop deeper as well, which helped them. But the interesting part about the Sky Blues this season is they pull off the results very late in the game. But that shows us that they never say die, that kind of attitude. How important is that for them to really have the confidence that they can continue building?
Yeah, and it was great to hear Mackenzie Hawkesby's sentiments post-game. I think she, pretty much summed it up as what you said, and it's been a difficult season. They've accepted that. They've continued to show character. They never stopped working, and now they're getting the results that they do deserve, although maybe a little bit too late.
Well, it's the Sydney Derby, and if there's a game you want to win, it is this one. The Wanderers taking on the Sky Blues, and it's live on Paramount Plus or 10 Play.
Yes, don't miss it. Get out to Marconi if you can, or watch wherever you may be around the country. Melbourne City fans still have very fond memories of Naomi Chinnama, their former player who spent 4 seasons at Melbourne City. She calls Perth Glory home now, and thanks to Ninja Express, let's find out a little bit more about Naomi Chinnama.
Naomi Chinnama, she's pretty happy, and, well, why wouldn't she be?
Was I the best player when I was younger? Definitely not. I always had my brothers to remind me of that. The amount of times I fell on my butt in our 1v1s. Yeah, I was always working to be better, and they keep me grounded right up until this day. I would describe myself as someone who likes to analyze and read the game. So I hope that reflects in my performance. In defence, I would say I'm solid, and in my attack, confident. And yeah, overall, a team player who will leave it all on the pitch and do anything for their teammates. The most unexpected thing that I learned on the field that I didn't know before joining the league is that you can't wear hair ties on your wrists because someone's finger can hook in it and break. And I always get done because I have one on mine, so yeah. If I wasn't a footballer, I would be a tennis player and or chef, just because growing up I loved tennis and I love food, and yeah, preparing meals is a passion of mine as well. If I had a day off to do absolutely anything that I want, it would look like a bike ride to the beach, watch the sunrise, do a little small yoga session, and then have my breakfast, which would be peanut butter and overnight oats, go home, nap, and then later on go out with some friends to Grilled, which is my favourite burgers, and then watch a thriller in cinemas. something that I would tell young players and aspiring fans who look up to me would be to follow your heart, take chances, be brave, make mistakes, and that's how you'll learn, and eventually everything will work out.
Reimagine outdoor cooking with the Ninja Woodfire Outdoor Oven. Unlock high-heat wood-fire flavour you can see and taste. Smoke low and slow or crank up the heat for blistering crunch. From artisan pizzas to smoky woodfire creations. Add authentic woodfire flavours to anything you make. Share the flavours of your world with the Ninja Woodfire Outdoor Oven.
Melbourne City aim for a winning standard. So do we. At Host Plus, we've brought home the CanStar Award for Outstanding Value Super for the 7th year in a row. That's a plus.
Go Harvey Norman for up to 20% off HP and Asus computers. This lightweight HP laptop save $130. Asus VivoBook 15 with 1TB storage save over $300. HP Intel Core Ultra 5 laptop now $1,098 at Harvey Norman now.
Sit down. It's time.
3, 2, 1.
NCIS, open up! We are running out of time.
Tick, tick, boom. What is it with you and the clock?
Time is not on our side here, folks.
Think your watch might be broken.
We don't have time for this.
What time is it?
Crime time.
In the beginning, there was blood.
One wrong move, you ruin your life, mine, your sister's.
I don't back down. Spatter matters.
Sometimes the bad guys slip through the cracks.
Learning my code was just the beginning. You never forget your first crime.
Dexter Original Sin, now streaming on Paramount Plus.
Given the choice between fight and flight, most of us will run from danger. It's the rare few who run towards it.
Federal agent, drop the weapon!
A Russian-sanctioned murder of a US citizen on Australian soil.
You're kidding me? For your own sake, stay away from NCIS.
Time to pick a side, mate.
You're enjoying this.
That obvious?
NCIS Sydney, Season 2, now streaming on Paramount Plus.
I want trophies on the wall. Big trophies.
Get a lioness on the ground? Or two?
She inserts a team, and then we have a capture-kill option.
I build a plan, and I run it. Me.
Go get her. You can't trust any of them.
Lioness, new season now streaming on Paramount Plus.
Welcome back to live pictures at Perry Park. Both teams out on the pitch for the second 45. Melbourne City leading 1-0 against the Brisbane Roar in this Ninja A-League clash. Thanks to Taylor Otto's 9th-minute goal. There is the American centre-back having a chat with TJ Vlanich before the second half kicks off. And if you're only just joining us, a reminder that in the first half, Brisbane Roar had to sub out Grace Kuilamu in the 38th minute for Tanae Morris. So the number 20 there at the closest player to our cameras for the Brisbane Roar. Morris, a first-half sub. And Kuilamu, who did miss the game as the second half kicks off. Kuilamu, who did miss the game away to Adelaide at the weekend, unfortunately out of this one as well for the remainder. Melbourne City seemingly yet to turn to their bench. They do have the number 27 on the ball here, TJ Vlanich, on a yellow card. Picked up for a tackle on Kuilamu in the first half. So, where to from here for the Brisbane Roar? They would be acutely aware that the chasing pack of teams clinging on to hope of a finals place will be hoping that Melbourne City can do them a favour, close out the victory from here, but Brisbane Roar would have a couple of allies in the form of Melbourne Victory and Adelaide United, who will be hoping that the home team can mount a comeback and keep the avenue to top spot very much open. for the final couple of rounds of the season. Here is Deborah Ann Delahaye. Yallop misses Morris with the pass. Yallop, who's started the game at centre forward and stayed there into the second half, coming back from what was considered a mild calf strain that meant that she didn't play away at Cooper Stadium at the weekend either. Ball breaks into midfield. Laura Hughes. Shelby McMahon, the Queenslander, playing for Melbourne City. Rebecca Stott. Headway up the middle. Davidson. Lourdes Bosch. Resuming her duel with Holly McQueen. Bosch, got to be careful as the Brisbane Roar players closed in. Ended up becoming a 3-on-1. So as things stand, Melbourne City would be moving to 46 points. Melbourne victory with the game in hand, which is away to the Western Sydney Wanderers on 41, so 5 in arrears. And then Adelaide from the same number of games played on 39. So that'd be 7 back with only 9 to play for. So Adelaide really hoping that Brisbane can mount a comeback here and keep it as a 3-team premiership race rather than just 2. Here's Taylor Otto with the ball at a standstill. Now Stott. Blanche. Stott. McNamara. McNamara stayed down here. Was there contact to the back of the head? It was an aerial duel. McNamara is indicating that she may have received a blow from her marker there. Referee whistling play dead. It was Isabella Hoyos, the young 16-year-old centre-back, and it appears as though McNamara caught perhaps a glancing blow on the way back down rather than in challenging for the header. So both the doctor and the trainer are out. Hoyos seems unflustered. He's represented Australia at under 17 level and was actually set to play for the under 20s recently, but was withdrawn from their match against the Pacific Nations and also Thailand under 20 due to injury concern. McNamara in the meantime, second visit from the trainer tonight. Should continue in the game is the question. Seemingly satisfied to walk to the sidelines, and it doesn't appear as though a formal concussion test has taken place here, so no real worries from the doctor, just a little knock to the head, but something that isn't going to knock Holly Mack out of the game. And a drop ball means Raw have possession in their defensive half. Hoyos wasting no time. Kruger. Hayashi. Back to Zara Kruger. McQueen has to go backwards. Chelsea Blissett. Now Hoyos. McNamara is shouting to the referee, wanting to be waved back onto the pitch. Mariana Speckmeyer tries to hit the line. Deborah Ann Delahaye won't let her past, and there is McNamara. Back on, 11 versus 11 restored. TJ Lanich. Hayashi. Ball ran away from Kruger. Bosch came in, won it for Melbourne City. Stott. An incisive pass. Davidson keeps the ball moving. McMahon saw that Bosch was off and running. Played into the path of Lourdes Bosch. Cut across. McNamara saved away. Follow up and a little more gentle at the second time of asking, but that's what Melbourne City can do. It was a move at breakneck speed. Lourdes Bosch stretching the defence, and then McNamara, a sweet strike, but straight at the goalkeeper. And then at the second offering, McNamara knocking it a bit more gently into the gloves of Keely Richards. It does show that Melbourne City have just got a gear change in them, that pace of their attack is capable of creating. And Raw are now down in their attack. Holly McQueen. Thrown lifted back towards the touchline. In spite of the best efforts of Bosch, it has found its way out. How long until we see more substitutions? These two teams both have a very crowded fixture list. Both of them played Sunday. And Melbourne City have got international travel coming up. They're off to Wellington this weekend, while Brisbane Roar head to Gosford to face the Central Coast. Here's Hayashi. And a foul committed by Hayashi, but good sportsmanship there between her and Laura Hughes. And it seems as though ears were burning over on the sideline, because there is going to be a change here. Evie Popadinova's search for a second goal of the season continues. Emily Pringle, who signed a new contract with the Brisbane Roar this week, is subbed on. So the Bulgarian departs, and Pringle, the American with an Australian dad, comes on. And the Roar will be thrilled that she's committed for next season with another contract that will see her through to the end of the 2025-26 season in Roar Orange. And will her arrival spark a bit more sprightliness in attack from Brisbane? Well, Morris there with a bit of an AFL rugby-style challenge there on the way out. Referee let it slide. And the Roar are going to have possession as a result. Otto skewing that one out for a throw. So is this Brisbane Roar's moment to spring an attack. Kruger's cross. Stott off the shoulder. Hayashi legged and free kick. And Momo Hayashi free kicks at present look like one of the main ways the Roar are going to find the back of the net. And Hayashi with a two-fingered point towards the target, saying, you know where this one's going. Stott legging Hayashi. And I guess the only question now is one of execution, because we absolutely know what the plan is. It's for Momo Hayashi to blast this at the net of Milena Mires. Mires, who has set the wall, 4 players shoulder to shoulder, and Ross back and just a little half pace across. Where does Momo go? Momo Hayashi off the long run up, blasting the free kick and putting it into the exterior fence of the venue. It throws the head back in disappointment, because again the anticipation did not quite match the outcome. That angle shows just how high over the bar it went. Hayashi, who has 4 goals in what is now game number 15, but hasn't scored in the new year. Last goal came on the 29th of December in that 8-2 win in Tarneit. Here's a ball through. Pringle trying to be the super sub, and Mires with brave goalkeeping in at the feet of the oncoming attacker. Milena Mires saw the pass from Lainey Fryer, and Pringle, well, the goalkeepers made the ball her own there. Really the perfect introduction for Pringle, though. Melbourne City looking to respond. McMahon. Taylor Otto. Shelby McMahon. Speckmeyer. Now McMahon on the move. Speckmeyer with an underlapping run. McMahon cuts inside and now sends all Speckmeyer. Perhaps gave herself up offside. McNamara makes a very late run from deep. And Speckmeyer had just drifted offside there. Perhaps that's the smarts of Shelby McMahon, that she thought that pass was on, and Speckmeyer very much unawares. Here's Delahaye, back to her goalkeeper, Richards. Ball with 1, 2, 3 bounces, and now Otto protecting it for Rebecca Stott to burst through. And Morris does commit a foul this time. Morris, who had her own little fan club in Adelaide at the weekend because she is from Adelaide. TJ Vlanich, the only player on the pitch with the yellow card, is coming off, and you can only imagine that's a factor. Vlanich has actually been one of City's best, but the versatility afforded to this team means that Ross Backen can go over to left back, and Alexia Apostolakis, the young Matildas international, just 18 years of age, can come on at right back. So Melbourne City make a change, and it's Apostolakis on for Vlanich. Here's Bosch. Apostolakis involved immediately. Mann. Kruger. Little pop gun pass that bounces in. See the Roar, they've got a line of attackers, but only now is Fryer in motion. Pringle gets interested as well in the press here. Mirez. See Tamiki Yallop directing traffic here, just ever so slightly turning up the heat, causes Melbourne City to think about things, and well, they've fought their way out of this one here with some nice passing. McMahon, Speckmeyer on the left, and offside. Well, it hasn't been Mariana Speckmeyer's night so far. Brings the ball down, Speckmeyer. Otto. Stott driving out to the left. Kruger. McQueen. Laney Fryer, able to turn and face. And distribute out to the right. Morris knocks the ball down. Yallop sends Morris off running to the right flank, and that's where the ball is directed. Morris takes a touch to steady, sends it across. It's going to sit up at the back post here. Oh, and McQueen and Fryer were treading on each other's toes. Mirez gratefully falls onto the ball, but you can't help but think that a bit of communication underneath this cross. They were both fighting for the same ball in the end, and really, perhaps that was a good chance for Brisbane, for one of the players to take responsibility and strike on goal. Morris. Bustling through. Hayashi long shots. Momo Hayashi's shooting range is seemingly limitless. And again, that one cleared the bar, but as long as this game lingers at 1-0, you're only ever a Momo Hayashi strike away from coughing up the lead. Rain continues to fall at Perry Park. Stop. Yallop slips. Hughes. McMahon fouled by Delahaye. Here is McMahon, straight back to work. Ross Backen. Stop. Hughes with space to exploit. Hughes with a burst. To drive it out to the left. It's deflected by Blissett initially. Now McQueen finds the line. So we took over the hour mark. No change to the halftime score. Taylor Otto's 9th minute goal separating these teams, putting Melbourne City 5 points clear at the top of the Ninja A-League. Hayashi clearing. As far as Ross Backen. Speckmeyer Rossbacken sliced away. Ball will eventually bend out for a goal kick. Charlie Rossbacken hasn't scored an Inter-A-League goal since 2018. Has never scored for Melbourne City. She was willing to venture forward there and give it a look. Tumbling goal kick from Richards. Bosch. McQueen. Bouncing ball is going to have enough on it to find its way into the penalty area, and that makes it an easy collect for Milena Mires. She's played every game bar one this season, Mires. Barbieri came in on the 20th of December for Melbourne City's 3-1 win away in Adelaide. Otherwise, it has been the 24-year-old former Spanish youth international that's owned the gloves. Possession count has not moved since half-time. Melbourne City firmly on top. Kostelakis. Oh, didn't see a teammate. Picked out Morris instead. And now today Morris with a little burst of speed, trying to drive the Raw forward here. Morris to the edge of the box. And is able to win a corner. That's all it takes. A bit of a mental switch off there from Kostelakis. A crossfield ball that went straight to the opposition. And the end result is a corner kick. Hayashi wasting no time getting over to take. That's what it looks like on the goal line as Momo Hayashi takes the corner. And it skims off the head of Taylor Otto through the penalty area. McMahon leads all comers to the ball, and after a little cannon, it does go out off McMahon. So Brisbane Roar have possession. Kruger. Kostelakis. Now Davidson. Hughes. Not on the same wavelength there as Speckmeyer. Delaharp takes over. Now Yallop sets it central, and Otto with a crunching challenge, but Laney Fry still has the ball. And picks out Rossback, and Morris just flat-footed on the end of that pass. Here goes Hayashi off the head of Kostelakis. Both teams making a couple of errors. It's still early in the night for concentration to be starting to fray. Could this suit the Raw? Looking for a way back into the match. Fryer controlled the ball well. McQueen. Oh, the whistle goes offside against Emily Pringle. It looked like such a beautiful pass, but unfortunately for the Raw, it's because Pringle had stolen a march on the defence and started in an offside position. Still, Brisbane are going through a good spell now. They're on top in general play here. Can they turn it into a goal? Mires. Fryer. Delaharp. Now Morris. Loses out to Rossbacken. Now Hughes on the ball. Weave through midfield, sends a long pass and skims on. McNamara gets to the ball. Richards saves, and it falls kindly. Richards was right at the edge of the box, but it was all Raw at the spill, and now they are launching end-to-end. Oh, and that is agonising for Brisbane. Pringle trapped offside for the second time in quick succession. Let's look at the City attack first. McNamara got to the ball, and Richards right at the line. He was able to save the shot. It didn't fall to an opponent. Brisbane Roar were trying to go end-to-end there, and Pringle straying offside. And the game stretching a bit here. McQueen Thoughts of late contact, and well, Bosch has come off worse for wear. Good as Bosch is down, and the referee is going to whistle. So Bosch and McQueen, who've had an enduring battle through 66 minutes of this match, winger versus fullback. Melbourne City will be hoping it is not too serious. Let's take another look. You heard the contact of, yeah, if anything, it looked like it might have been a foul by Bosch on McQueen for coming in late. And then Bosch is seemingly okay, and then, no, it's too much. You saw that it was McQueen clearing the ball, but if anything, it was Bosch arriving late that was an infringement if there was one. The physio seems reasonably happy that the Ninja A-League's assist leader with 7 is going to be able to continue in the game. Fourth officials right there on the scene, but not reaching for the substitutes board, so it looks as though Bosch, after a quick word from the coach Michael Matriciani, is going to stay in the contest. Melbourne City's other subs, Briley Henry, Letitia McKenna and Rihanna Policina. So we've got 2 attacking midfielders and Henry, who's capable of playing as on a wing or as a centre forward or as a fullback. But I think Henry might be the most likely swap for Bosch if the American had to leave the game. City are back in possession now. Otto sees McMahon. Hughes. Speckmeyer. Bosch back up and seemingly moving all right. Able to glide past McQueen here. Takes on Kruger. McQueen getting back goal side. Bosch doesn't want to give up the ball. The run continues. Bosch cuts it across. Improvised clearance and then knocked away. Kruger getting it seemingly to safety. Stott. Yallop tumbles in. Davidson. And Hayashi stood her ground, won the ball. I guess it has to clear. It's a bit desperate at the moment for both teams. No one getting time on the ball, and a whistle here for a foul on Laura Hughes. Lady Fryer protest, but the decision's made. Fryer makes her feelings clear. Let's another look at how Laura Hughes was fouled. So Brisbane Roar with 3 more fouls than Melbourne City committed in the game so far. Stop. Diagonal ball. Della Harp is there first. McNamara follows up. And a brilliant first-time strike from Holly McNamara makes it 2 for Melbourne City. It's the sort of moment of magic that Holly McNamara can seemingly create on command. And in heavy weather, in tough conditions, it's McNamara with not just a touch of class, but the full force of the touch to smash that into the back of the net. An 11th goal of the campaign draws the Matilda to within 1 of Emily Gielnick at the top of the Golden Boot race. With just under 20 minutes to go, it's Melbourne City in an enviable position, 2-0 up. McNamara's chances have been limited tonight. It has been a physical game. We've seen at times the pressure on players when they have possession in their attacking half. A bit of space is all McNamara needed for a full-blooded swing of the boot at the ball. Brisbane Roar find themselves 2-0 down. Now you wonder if we might see a raft of substitutions and both coaches start to think about the short turnaround to matches this weekend. Elena Mears. It's a bit stationary from Brisbane Roar. No one pressing at the moment. Taylor Otto daring to make Yallop to at least make an effort. McMahon. Ross Backen. Pass here. Roar would love to halve the deficit in the blink of an eye. Ross Backen. Sydney trying to play their way out of trouble, as is their philosophy and their want to do, and they're going to do it. Speckmeyer nearly set Ross Backen away, but they do clear their defensive lines. And McNamara nearly caught Richards in possession on the back pass there. Just a stretch of the right calf from McNamara. Is cramp coming, or is it McNamara just feeling a little warm? Delaharp. It's a case for a foul throw there, but the referee lets it slide. Getting word from the fourth official that McNamara's number is up. Next break in play. She'll be taking her leave. Hayashi. Blissett. Kruger. Now McQueen. Stott. McQueen and Bosch. And it's another collision between those two. Given. And the break in play is going to bring about a substitution here. And Briley Henry is going to come on for Holly McNamara. So a goal-scoring night for Holly Mac. And she leaves the game after putting Melbourne City into a 2-0 lead. There are her numbers tonight. She gets a pat on the back on her way to the bench. Here's another look at that strike, and on a wet night, on a slippery pitch, it's just a brilliant piece of work in the moment to generate that power and smash it in. So Briley Henry is on, and the number 22, well, doesn't have the ball here. There's a bit of afters. Carly Rossbacken and Tanae Morris far from friendly. Morris is only in her 7th game of Ninja A-League, so very much learning the caper. Rossbacken, of course, a capped Matilda and a veteran of this league. There we go. Handshakes, everyone's friendly. Let's wait and see what happens next time they're battling for the ball, though. Ah, right, it's the arm lock there from Morris, which really upset Rossbacken. The Raw player perhaps dragging the Melbourne City player down. Rossbacken in possession here. Is that the sort of distraction that might put Melbourne City off for a brief moment? Seemingly not. McMahon is streaming into attack. Bosch calling for the pass. Lourdes Bosch, top of the box, and still trying to weave through. Took on one defender too many. Here's McMahon, Speckmeyer, Henry. What an introduction that would have been. Really nice touch. It was offside regardless. The flag is up over on the grandstand side of the ground, so it wouldn't have counted. I'm not sure which. It must have been Speckmeyer who was offside in the build-up there, because Henry was just coming from behind the ball. For something to cheer here. They've been so loyal to this Raw team. On to Morris. Can't find Fryer. The ball runs on. Kruger. Was always right. Dancing on the ball here. Takes on Apostolakis. And that's really well done by the young defender Apostolakis. Diffused the danger. Took the ball out for a goal kick. Brisbane Roar are making a double change here. Alicia Woods is coming on, as is Ruby Cuthbert. Momo Hayashi's comeback from injury continues. 77.5 minutes in the books, and Chelsea Blissett, who's had her own injury concerns, comes off here for the young defender Ruby Cuthbert, on for just her second appearance of the season. The 18-year-old. Blissett heads to the bench along with Hayashi. So some fresh legs on for the Roar. Lost a fair bit of experience with that double change, it must be said. Here's Woods coming off the bench. Central midfielder who's no doubt have been managed tonight, because she has been an ever-present for the majority of the season for the Roar. And Bosch does not like how Holly McQueen pursued her there. Neither does the referee, because it's going to be a yellow card. So Holly McQueen goes in the referee's book. Here's another look. An outstretched arm into the back, and then a little bit of contact to the right leg, and they both went tumbling down. And it's McQueen who has to watch her step. 11 minutes plus stoppage time. Has been sent off once this season, McQueen, but it was a straight red on that occasion. Bosch. Stott. Apostolakis. Big pass from Davidson. Now the long shot tumbling on and wide. No threat to the goal of Keely Richards. Laura Hughes and Leah Davidson get through a power of work in that midfield. Bosch and McQueen is arguing that she was fouled by Bosch before having a little grab at Speckmeyer. McQueen's got to be careful that the red mist doesn't descend there, because City have a corner here. City have a corner here. Alexia Apostolakis having come off the bench. This is Alexia Apostolakis having come off the bench. He's a regular corner taker for them. Can prove vital in the opponent this weekend, the Central Coast Mariners. 3 above, 28 points, and +5. And everyone looking from 7th down. Can Roar grab a goal back? Morris missed with a touch. Morris missed with a touch. Cleared from the edge of the box. Fryer from the edge of the box. Fryer. And that is a shot on target, but easily dealt with. And that is a shot on target, but easily dealt with. Of course, Lainey Fryer has 8 goals this season, so still. And Mariana Speckmeyer powers Melbourne City to the finish line. 4-0. I know that one is a big 6-pointer in the battle for finals. They will hold 6th tonight. Goal difference has taken a bit of a pummeling. It's down to +7 now. Mires. And the full-time whistle goes. Melbourne City just too good tonight. Taylor Otto got the scoring. They threatened, they created, they had their chance, but ultimately Melbourne City, with an extra gear when they needed it, they were able to separate themselves in style. It's a performance that really emphasises just how far these two teams have come since they met in a first. Melbourne City still going strong, 20 unbeaten in the Ninja A-League. Brisbane Roar, 8 wins, 1 draw, 11 losses. They are now 3 wins behind the count. And yet they still control their finals destiny, in spite of being on the wrong end of a one-sided result here. All smiles for Michael Matriciani. His team will get their passports out and head to New Zealand this weekend, Wellington away. They will do so in fine form. Handshakes at full time. Lots of smiles between the teams. Good sportsmanship at the end of a hard-fought game. Brisbane Roar 0, Melbourne City 4. So you can see how satisfying it is. There's a lot of Queenslanders in this Melbourne City team. Leah Davidson, one of them. We saw a great shift from Shelby McMahon tonight. The Brisbane Roar, well, they'll thank their fans because they've stayed loyal to them here. Tough weather tonight. They ultimately were left behind in a game that, well, it was competitive and close for so much of the night. Here's the opening goal. Roar won't be happy with the set-piece defence. 4 players almost aimlessly jumping. It was just read better at the back post by Speckmeyer. McMahon turned it into the path of Otto. And the American tapped it in on the goal line to make it 1-0. Then we saw this chance from Lourdes Bosch. Keely Richards may have conceded 4 tonight, but still made some great saves, including that one. That was one of the reasons that this game was only a 1-0 difference for 61 minutes. But in the second half, Melbourne in another gear, and it was Holly McNamara capitalising on a shallow clearance, shooting with great power, great placement. Her 11th goal of the campaign, back to within 1 of the Golden Boot lead, behind Emily Gielnick of Melbourne Victory, and she was subbed off shortly after. Job done for the Mac. Brisbane Roar continued to threaten. Had Emily Pringle not been trapped offside 3 times, you imagine there might have been more moments like that one. A good save drawn out of Milena Mires as the Roar tried to halve the deficit. And then a luckless moment, 16-year-old Isabella Hoyos. It's a tough stage to learn on at just 16 years of age, and her fellow defender chasing there is 18-year-old Ruby Cuthbert. They'll remember nights like tonight as a learning experience. Briley Henry, still only a young striker herself, finishing with confidence.